Good afternoon, everybody. You know who it is, the man of the hour, your homie Big D. Welcome back to the channel. So today I got some disturbing news, man. To be honest with you, over this Memorial Weekend holiday that just passed, man, I'm finding out, that a tragedy occurred. To tell you the truth, the fitness world industry, especially over here in the West Coast, is not going to be the same, man. I want to give a big shout out to Big Wicked, man, who has recently passed away, and it's on breaking news to tell you the truth in the fitness world, man. Um, I myself, follow Strength Cartel, which he was a co-partner of Big Boy and the Strength Cartel industry, to tell you the truth, man, or organization. Um, like I mentioned, man, I've been following Straight Cartel since COVID started for like what 2, 3, maybe 4 years ago. To tell you the truth, 2020 or 2021. And to be honest with you, man, this is a big loss. I know Big Wicked is also known. That's his AKA name, Wicked. Is also from the streets, and he's a homeboy. To tell you the truth, he's a homie who did it. Came up with, like as I mentioned, Big Boy and the rest of the cartel, String Cartel members, Savage, Lee, Big Joe, and, the other members that are out there, to tell you the truth, that represent, String Cartel. And you got to understand, man, Wicked was a big influencer and a big part of String Cartel in the last 2020s, to tell you the truth. He was a big fit and a big hit and a big inspirational person, man, when it came down to fitness and pushing weight. I know I read a little bit of his, biography, or should I say, a little bit of his testimony, and crazy because he's, even him, knowing his size and the way he carried himself. I mean, that was a true homie, man. And excuse me, growing up, he had a lot of difficulties. He had a lot of insecurities. His height was one of them, as he mentioned, but he would always persevere, man. And sometimes in life, those things that were not common or are very comfortable within ourselves, challenges us to, beat those diversities, man, and to overcome, the mindset, the battle of the mind, to show that not only to everybody else, but to ourselves, man, and be inspirational to others, that we can do it despite, our height, our color, what we look like, what our disabilities are, should I say, and keep on persevering and keep pushing forward. And like I mentioned, man, I remember Wicked. I known him from the push-up, right? Push-up and pull-ups, man. And pull-ups right now, at 47 years old, at almost 280 pounds, it's just like, man, push-ups, that's a different story, right? I could do an easy set at least 25 in just one shot, all the way down, doing it the right way. But that's the thing with Wicked, and should also say with Straight Cartel, Big Boy, and everybody else, man. They always mention and say, do the best that you can do to your ability, right? If you're gonna push yourself, man, make sure you push it, to your within your means, right? And so, like I said, man, it's just crazy. I am shocked right now to hear this. I'm finding out that he spent a lot of time over this holiday weekend, celebrating, our troops and so forth. And he was with his family, and it's going out all over, man. It's breaking news, to tell you the truth. I've been reading a little bit of articles. I'm going to read a little bit of this right now, so to make sure it didn't come from me. It's been reported. It's a sad case, to tell you the truth. It's a big hit to the fitness world, especially over here in the West Coast, because, like I said, man, just coming from their background, you always want to relate to somebody, what I mean, that's inspirational, who gives good advice, and talks about the good deeds of communities, and just challenging yourself, and being diversal. I mean, if you have a situation in your life, come across and try to make changes within your aspect, and continue to do what you do. And this is what this guy was, man. Like I said, a lot of people can relate. Me personally, like I said, I don't want to glorify too much of Wicked's background. I know he's a homie from Compton, right, straight from LA, West Coast, and this is a big loss because he didn't really put that out there. He didn't have to. He took off his shirt, man, and it showed everything. It showed you what he represented. You see the big old sur on his stomach. You see Compton on his back, and then next thing you know, he started being on videos, and then he started, he was a co-partner, or he was also, part of the crew, should I say, part of the Straight Cartel crew with Big Boy, and Big Lee, Big Joe, and and the rest of the cartel members, man. So I can't imagine, man. It's just like with the String Cartel, you know, crew, should I say, man, how they're feeling, man. This is a heartbroken loss, to tell you the truth, man. And if you haven't heard it, I'm pretty sure a lot of us have seen it, man, because I've been seeing it on the post. This is how I came across it, to tell you the truth. And it's been confirmed, man, that we have lost another good, individual. It's always the good people, man, to tell you the truth, that end up, that go. And for whatever reason, how that happens, man, it's heartbreaking, man. So I want to send my condolence, to, he's also known, like I said, he has a real name, um, Gino Molina. Rest in peace, Gino Molina, also known as Big Wicked from String Cartel. His neighborhood is Compton. I don't want to say, like I said, I don't want to keep elaborating and saying too much where he's from and so forth. But man, we lost a good one, man. It's a tragic post. Like I said, I've been, I check out String Cartel. I myself try to look at and revert to things that are positive when I look at social media. When I get onto YouTube or other networks that come from whatever the network is, what I'm saying. And I myself, came on social media to implement and to put these positive things, these narrative things. That's why me myself, I do a little bit of everything, despite talking about this and that or whatever. But anyways, man, it's not even about me. Like I said, I'm just trying to change the narrative and just trying to send my soul. I want to give a big shout out to Gino, also known as Big Wicked from String Cartel from Compton, and I want to send my condolence to his family, man. I can imagine. I can't even imagine, how this is happening. From my understanding, there was a post where he was, celebrating this Memorial Weekend with his family and his friends, and he even posted up a video, to tell you the truth, really declaring, how that we got to keep pushing forward, man, and how we have to keep that narrative going and keep encouraging one another and keep lifting up. How life is short. It's crazy because I can't even imagine how him, when he was talking about the video, which was posted like a day or two ago, to tell you the truth, right? Posting it on there, talking about that we got to keep pushing forward, that sometimes we cross a wall, man. We hit a wall, and how we have to hurdle over it or break it down and keep moving forward and persevering. And that and then when I see the news the next day, I was like, oh man, this is gonna be a big impact in the fitness world, from Central America all the way to the West, the East Coast. I mean, the West Coast of America, right? These guys, String Cartel, are big motivators. They're big influencers into the fitness industry. These guys are some big heavy hitters, as they say. They they're into powerlifting, and pretty much they back up what they say. And even with the little side dramas here and there, there's drama everywhere you go. I have sad to say, especially if you're in social media, man. It's just a lot of BS that's out there, man. But these guys, and especially Wicked, he kept himself neutral, man. He kept himself, not involved in the BS, and not getting, staying to the script, should I say, and always showing, man. And it's crazy because the homie was always in and out, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, that's something I could relate to, not to say that, I've been busted recently and got out of jail recently, and I'm not into that no more, man. But what I am into was that despite, his demons going, whatever he was fighting for, and then, because, charges and, background and so forth, man, it always catches up to you once especially if you're involved in that life, man. If if you're gonna be still continue to be part of the system, then you're gonna have to deal with system, repercussions. But Anyhow, like I said, man, this, it's been announced. It's been publicly announced. To tell you the truth, we have lost Gino, Big Wicked from String Cartel, from Compton, representing, and it's a sad case, man. It is, like I mentioned. I remember, when I seen my first time with Wicked, Big Wicks from String Cartel, he was doing his push-up videos, right? He was challenging everybody to his push-up videos, 100 push-ups, and man, homeboy was doing them like nothing. And that to me was inspirational, right? Because, I like to work out. You guys seen some of my videos, I tap into it, dab into it. At 47 years young, I still try to keep myself fit. You know what I'm saying? In order to be ready, you know, you got to do things. In order to be ready, you have to be ready. You know what they see. You know how that old saying goes, man. You got to be ready. In order to be ready, you got to be ready. And that's what I'm trying to say. And these guys were up to the par, man. Every single one of them. I know Savage also from. We almost lost Savage a couple months ago due to a car accident. And again, it seems to be like a motorcycle accident. Now, I don't want to bring out speculations how it happened. He was partying or this and that, because it could have been anybody else that accidentally hit him. So everybody who rides a motorcycle or even a car, man, these are freaking, man, these are lethal weapons, that are out in the streets, to tell the truth, in the highways and so forth, man, right? You could do a lot of harm, man. These cars, especially at a certain rate, or how fast you guys are going, you hit something, man, it's just like going 50 miles per hour and you hit a wall. It's just like the outcome of that, of you surviving or anybody surviving, is, very minimum. It's short. And I ain't saying tragically how, Gino passed away. I don't know. I really don't. It's too early right now. What's going on? There's a lot of speculations and this and that. But the only thing I could say is that, I send mines, to his family, to his friends, and to, all those other organizations that he was part of, to tell the truth, because he was also, he was part of the, he was a businessman, right? He was out there taking, he was part of a encore, co-part of a supplement place, I mean, or industry where, he was providing, how big they, need to bleed and all this and all these supplements that they sell, he was part of that industry, to tell you the truth. So, Big Wicked carried himself into an industry, man, a lot of success that was going his way. This guy was on his level. He was rising. He was shining. And like I said, despite his demons and going back and forth into the system and not, he will still come out, shake it off, man. Iron his clothes, still on videos. I seen him on videos, still pumping iron with String Cartel, Big Boy, and the rest of the homeboys. And he was doing his thing, man. So, it's a tragic loss, man. It's a tragic post, and I would hate to be, talking about a video instead of something positive. But these are the realities of life, to tell you the truth. And I think that's why, I was looking at a little bit of Big Wicked's video, man. He was just like, him doing bunch of or doing time, being locked up into the system, of over here, seeing all the demons and horrors that he has fought, and the adversity and the difficulties that a lot of us, and especially when it comes to Californians, northern, southern, central, man, there's a lot of things that we fight, and diversity and challenges that we go through. And he was trying to find his way out, and he found, lifting weights, man. It's part of the prison and jail system. I mean, juvenile halls is we work out, right? And that's one of our ways, to not only to prepare for war, to tell you the truth, but to alleviate, I mean, to forget, man, and to, if you're going to be in there, locked up 24 hours, 7 days a week, and follow, the systems program, you might as well also, make some time and following your program. And so, a lot of these inmates, and to tell you the truth, I'm pretty sure all over the states, man, they work out, man. When it comes to push-ups, burpees, pull-ups, and back then they had weights in the state prisons, and now they don't have them anymore because of why? Because pretty much, you could use them as weapon, right? Or the system found them. It's like, man, these guys are getting bigger, bigger than a lot of our freaking, the officers, right? The COs, the correctional officers and the deputies that are inside the system. So, man, you have nothing but time, man. So, Wicked would come fresh out, man. I remember he went back to the system a couple of times. It was crazy. and he will come out still looking fresh, still looking pumped, still looking good, and representing. It's program time, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a big loss, man. I'm gonna read a little bit to see what's going on. Like I said, see what I know. I'm telling you guys, he passed away Sunday, man. To tell you the truth, the day before, Memorial Day. It was Memorial Weekend. Um, it says that he was spending time with his sister, man. To tell you the truth, and that's what's crazy, man. It's just so heartbroken, man. Like I'm just like I have no words to say to tell you the truth, man. But to come out here, man, and to give my respect, right respect. I watched Strength Cartel. I've been watching them. They were my fitness motivators to tell you the truth, man. How to work out. These guys were some heavy hitters, man. They were not playing around. They were out there doing their thing, and he should be respected. He should be acknowledged to tell you the truth, and he is to tell. As I see what was going on, he's Big Wick he's big. He's known, like he said, he's known to be a motivator, inspirational person. Um, and we lost a good one, man. This is what it says: the news of the heavyweight lifter. And let me tell you, like I said, man, he came out showing that he had he was insecures. He had a lot of insecurity, especially with his height. But you wouldn't even know it, to tell you the truth, right? This guy was short, but he was bulky, man. So the eyes could deceive you in one way, right? And even within ourselves, man, to tell you the truth. And there's a deception and a misconception of how people really are. But he will challenge himself, and then he will try not to let that. He hurdled over his situation, his overcomings on his thoughts and his insecurities about himself, where he found himself being he fitted in somewhere, man. He fitted in with Straight Cartel. He found himself how to use his words and his professionalism, and change his narrative to whatever the system brought him into, to show you who he really was, man. Gino was well respected, I'm pretty sure, in his neighborhood. Shout out to Compton. I ain't gonna say what Compton it was, and even into the fitness world, man. So he collabed with a lot of people, or a certain amount of people, especially to the supplement industry, man. He was a professional. He was making money. So man, this is just not only affecting his family, man. This is affecting his followers, man. Shout out to all his YouTube, social media followers, man. It's just devastating to us, to tell you the truth. It's devastating to me, and that's the reason why I'm sharing this platform, man, and acknowledging Gino, aka the Big Wicket, from Compton, and I'm going to read some of these articles, man. The news of the heavyweight lifter sudden death shocked many around him, especially after the supplement brand Strength Cartel announced to his social media. See, so Strength Cartel, Big Boy, and everybody else, Big Boy is acknowledging and sending the information, or just sharing the news, man, that we lost a great one. Comes hours after the gym freak was, hey, he was, hey, Wicked was a freak, man. I used to like when he used to come on his videos straight to the point, man. He ain't sugarcoating. Homie ain't sugarcoating or anything. It was funny though. Homie was funny. Was spotted spending quality time with his sister over Memorial Weekend. Tributes started pouring on Gino and Strength Cartel's Instagram page shortly after news shared by the company owned by Jake Johns, aka Big Big Boy from Straight Cartel, man. Gino Molina, a fitness influencer famously known as Big Wick, has passed away on Sunday. The news of the heavyweight lifter's sudden death shocked many around him, especially after the supplement brand Strength Cartel announced on social media. It comes after the gym freak was spotted spending quality time with his sister over the Memorial Weekend. Tribute started pouring out Gino on Strength Cartel's Instagram page shortly after the news was shared by the company owned by Big Boy. May Wicked rest in peace, and our deepest condolence go out to his family on behalf of the entire Strength Cartel family. And I'm gonna send mine too, man, on behalf of all Big D keeping it real, man. All my real ones on social media. I seen this a couple weeks before. We shared, with another platform, um, a couple weeks ago, sending our condolences to an individual that got shot a couple weeks ago in Hoodstocks, and now he's making his recovery and so forth, which is a good thing. Send our prayers, we send our blessings over there, and now we're gonna send our blessings and our condolence to Wicked's family, man, and his friends, and all those who follow. It also says, hold on, people. Just like I said, I'm gonna be out dropping all this fake news and everything. I mean, you guys can see this for yourself, man. Wicked after his shocking death, rest in peace, Big Wicked. I love you, my brother. He remarked while posting pictures of fitness enthusiasts together. Yeah, this is here, man, in black and white, people. It's just so. This is just like I said. This is tragically, man. It's hard. It's a big shock to me, man. Every time I work out, man, I see videos, and when sometimes they're doing push-ups, sometimes they do shoulder. Shout out to Big Boy, man, and Strength Cartel for still continue to put the narrative and sending their condolence, man. But I will come out here. Look at this is another one. The flicas right here, man. It's just crazy, man. It says Big Wicked's cause of death was not made public by either of his family members or Big Boy. A day before he dismissed, Gino reposed some of the moments that he spent with his sister Yvonne and on IG and so forth, man. And if you guys can see right here, it's right there with this carnala. Just having a good old time, man. Not knowing that, after a video that you make and so forth, man, that life is too short, man. And that's what he was talking about. I think I saw his video earlier, not realizing what was going on, and then boom, next thing you know, I was like, oh no, no way, this is what really happened. Um, I'll tell you, said Wicked was a fitness influencer and a bodybuilder, with a significant number of people following him on social media. His death sent shockwaves among the powerlifting community, man. Tributes started coming in after his demise. I was just with him Friday night talking at Sage, and Whittier gave bro a big hug. What the freak, bro? No way. Yeah, Shades, and I know where that place is at, Sage and Uptown Whittier. It's a bar, kind of like a club or some sort. And he was there on Friday. That's crazy. Um, See if I can find anything else that's just implementing and just people are just saying certain things. It's just so tragic, man. It's just a heartbreaker, man. Like I said, it seems like things are newer things are just coming out. To tell the truth, they say it was an accident, over the highways. I don't know if Wicked was driving his motorcycle, if he was with somebody. I don't know the cause of death. I don't know how it happened. It seems like it was a cyclist incident. I don't know if he was driving, or like I said, I really don't know what's going on. I know more news will come out as we talk and we discuss these things. But like I said, man, to me, like just like that paragraph just to describe who Wicked was, man. He was an influencer. He was a businessman. He was also a homie who did it. He was a homie who does it. Um, soft kind of looked like he was a well respected man. He had a female character. Straight up G, and I can respect that, man. Those are the type of influence that I'm looking for, man. And to find out that that we lost a good one to the fitness industry, man, it's a heartbreaker, because a lot of his videos I used to look at because our Strength Cartels, because especially when Wicked would come back, because he was funny, he was serious, but he was not, so everybody clowns in a group, right? You know what I mean? You got a serious one, you got the clowner, you got the one that's mean, Big Joe looked like the tough one, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to Big Joe. But man, this is, like I said, I'm very heartbroken, to tell you the truth, man. And at any way, out there, Strength Cartel, I'm pretty sure they'll be putting up, sending some information how we can contribute to maybe his, for his funeral access and everything, and just give a little bit, man. So as soon as I hit see that, maybe I'll share that, and I'm gonna send some my ways, man. To tell you the truth, I know this guy has it all covered. He had money pretty much in some sense, but whatever help that we could give or we could extend, man, it's gonna come from my way for sure. But like I said, it's breaking news right now. Just wanted to share this. I'm sorry to to share this kind of tragic news. So on a Tuesday, after the Memorial Weekend, I had a great weekend this time, spending time with my families and my friends, and Yeah, it was about barbecuing and so forth, but we still got to look at the real things and the things that really matter. So, shout out to all the veterans, the women and men who serve our country, and, and all to all the families, what I'm saying, who have lost, our fallen, soldiers, man, and died for this country, for our freedom, so we could do YouTube and social media and everything else that comes with it. We could work, we're not a dictating country, and we have a lot of freedom and rights, man. You can get out of jail and you can make, look at a lot of these guys who are making headways in, excuse me, in the fitness industry. So, man, there's to Big Boy and the rest of the Strain Cartel, man. You guys keep your head up high. Keep moving forward, man. You guys already know the rutina. Sometimes homies come and homies go early, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, my experience, a lot of times, not everything, mostly it was not, mostly it was done by violence out on the streets. That's what gang members portray. In some sense, what we do, but a lot of us, have cancers and sickness. We're just human beings, just like everybody else, man. And, to find out that, accidents, hopefully, we could find some justice for this. If it was caused by another, driver, not paying attention, or, hey, man, I would hope that, Wicked was happy within himself and the legacy that he's leaving. And like I said, I send my prayers and my condolence, to his family, man. If he had any children, to his relationships or whatever, man, they're gonna need it and support. Um, if possible, man, I would advise, any of YouTubers that are out there who knew this person individually, personally, or knew of him, and he was a big influence to you, to go out there and show some respect, man, and send your condolence to his family and to the rest of the to the world, man. Especially to the Strain Cartel, to Big Boy and the rest of the homies from over there. I'm sending mine, man. But it's just crazy, man. I just can't believe this, man. Just so yeah. With that being said, it's Tuesday. We're still in the month of ending the month of May. And right now it's just some tragic news that we're just learning, and hoping that I could shed a little bit of light and reflecting on a little bit who Wicked was to me. Him being, him being an influencer to my life is just to get it, right? Let's get it. I remember, let's get it. Do some push-ups, man. Maybe, it's just, maybe I'm gonna have to do 100 push-ups, just in remembrance of somebody, man. Because I'm a little upset right now, to tell you the truth. I feel like we lost a homeboy. What I mean? And it's just like the least we can do is just continue to live his legacy. You know what I'm saying? And however, and represent it and how he did it. You know what I'm saying? And not the I'm pretty sure he wouldn't want you to do it not only the way he did it, but the way we do it. You know what I'm saying? That's what influencers do. We inspire. We like to motivate. And encourage and lift people up, man. And a lot of them just come back and they say, "Oh man, you did this, and thanks for doing this." It's just let's continue his legacy, man. Let's continue his legacy and continue to support Strain Cartel, despite whatever they put out, which is always positive stuff. You see little hiccups here and there in their videos and all so forth, man. But hey, it is what it is. We live in reality, right? And that's why I try to tell a lot of people. I live in reality, man. The people that say, "Oh, this will never happen to me," or "No, this can't." Never say never in life, man, because when I meet you and you tell me that I could size you up within a day or two or a couple of minutes. What I mean? It's how you carry yourself and how you represent yourself. And what your involvement in. What I'm saying? So never judge a book by its cover. Always get to know the person personally, man, and make sure that we continue to be influencers to the rest of our communities in whatever which way we can, because people are hurting out there and people are looking for some advice and some direction. And when it came to the Strain Cartel, when they started during COVID, that's when I started my YouTube channel during that time, during COVID. And I was getting back. You guys know, I work out, when I can. And these guys were one of the ones that I would look at a lot. Big Boy, Big Wicks, Lee, Savage, Big Joe. And if you guys know already, they had a other certain group before, but people broke off, man. Shout out to Pitbull, Rare Breed, and the rest of the ex members from Strain Cartel, man. So like I said, man, this is gonna be really, personal. I'm hoping maybe, maybe even Pitbull, man, a rare breed in the old cartel members, man, that they could find some peace within their heart, man, and come together stronger, man, because that's what they need. Diversion and division is just, it's all BS, man. You know what I'm saying? All this division, and I see so much of it, especially in the genre that it's not that I follow them; it's the genre that I come out of, and it's just so much of yap yap yap, and call me out, and people getting beat up, innocent people getting hurt, and it's just really sad, man, to tell you the truth. So, with that being said, man, appreciate this. Make sure I'm gonna find out maybe on a short. You guys look at my my short videos or so forth, whatever information I can or what you get. Make sure you guys display it, share it out. Let's see if we could give back to the community. And this is what it's all about, man. Coming together, gathering, and trying to make changes within our within our communities and our social media friends. I met a lot of friends through social media, to tell the truth, that I hang around with, and in any such way or form, man. If anything, God forbid, tragic would happen to them, I'll be there. Whether it's a simple prayer, even a simple prayer goes a long way, to tell you the truth, man. So my prayers and my condolence goes to Wicked and his family, man, and to the rest of the Strain Cartel family. Like I said, this is tragic news, and it's just crazy, man. With that being said, I appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate y'all. It's a Tuesday. Let's keep moving forward and keep respecting one another, right? God bless you, and I'll talk to you guys soon.